together for Austin Vaughn Johnson! Woo! What is up, Boise Saturday Late Show? How's everybody feeling? Cool beans. All right. I'm super excited you guys are here. My name's Austin Vaughn Johnson, and I have resting bitch face. I understand that I don't look mean or angry. It's just that when my face is at rest, I look like a little bitch. Dealt with it my whole life. Little bitch was actually one of my nicknames in high school. It's a very compassionate crowd. Thank you, guys. That's right. Bullying is bad. I get why it happened. I grew up in a small town, and I was the kind of kid that was going to own red pants in his 30s. So, yeah. More, got some red pants in the audience. What's up? Sweet. Awesome. But I did grow up in a small town. It was a small town in Texas. Yeah. You guys can't agree with everything I say. I'm just kidding. I love you. I love you all. Like my small town, it was the kind of small town that had 3 bars but no stoplights. You know, like my high school had a parking lot and a hitching post. It's where you park your horses, Idaho. How do you guys not get that? You can also send your kids to get married there. Just right after class, send them to the hitching post. It's very convenient. One of my favorite games to play is to go on Facebook and look up my old classmates and see how many of them are flat earthers now. Spoiler alert, it's a lot. It's a whole lot of those. It's most of them. It's crazy because I still have a lot of friends and family that live in that small town. They've never left, and you can tell that they still live there by what they've named their kids. I went to the high school with this girl. She had twin boys, and she named them Caston, which that's a normal name, right? Caston, that's a reasonable name. And Waden, hold up. You're from a small town, and you named your kids Caston and Waden? Caston, you named your kids after fishing? God damn it, why would you do that? That's messed. Caston and Waden, that is so messed up. I get that they were conceived in the bathroom of a Bass Pro Shop. You don't have to make them live with it forever. That's not cool. You miss out on opportunities. But my family's no different. I have a cousin that named his kids Diesel, Haas, and Grit. Diesel, Haas, and Grit. The early show, there were a lot of them that did not find that weird. One of the guys was like, I named my kids John Wayne 1, 2, and 3 just so I don't forget. Good for you, bud. That's me. Diesel, Haas, and Grit, you guys. Diesel isn't even the only Diesel in his class. There are 2 Diesels in his classroom, in there, which means there's some bright-eyed, brand new 4th grade teacher who just got her degree from a very prestigious East Coast university doing roll the first day of class is there a Diesel here? But then 2 hands go up. And she starts to question her life decisions. She's like, oh God, no. This is not going to be worth the student loan forgiveness. And it's not because there's no well-behaved kid named Diesel. I'm sorry, all right? You will never see a Diesel in the 4th grade chess club. That's just a whole classroom full of Phillips. And 1 Austin. you for your support. And then there's Haas. Haas. The thing is, I get what his parents were going for with Haas, because it's like Haas. I'm a Haas. I'm a man. My name's Haas. You know. But they spelled it H-A-U-S. That's just German for house. So, my name's House. My name's House. I'm a Brookhouse. Arnold Schwarzenegger's Austrian. It's not the same. But Haas is the cute one in the family. You know, his parents will post like the school pictures to Facebook, and he's such a cute kid, a little adorable kid. He's always so dressed up. You know, he has his pearl snaps on, he has a cowboy hat. He's grinning. He's grinning so big you can see the Copenhagen in his bottom lip. He's an adorable little guy. And then there's Grit. Grit is all man. All man. Grit set a record in Texas, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, he was the first baby to be born wearing a sleeveless shirt and a wallet chain. Oh man, he came right out of the womb that way. Was it a natural birth? Nope. He burst out of the womb on a Harley, like Ghost Rider, just a little swerve on the hospital floor. Juices went everywhere. He snapped his own umbilical cord, and then a nurse comes in out of nowhere, jumps on the back of the bike, and they wheelie through the hospital wall and ride off into the sunset. He is all man. They didn't even hear from him for years. It was 4 years. 4 years he finally returned home because he was behind on his child support payments. Needed a little help from mom and dad. Thank you. Diesel, it's a different culture, and it's fine. It's funny. Like Diesel, Haas, and Grit, obviously, they were raised in a small town. It's different culture, and that's cool. But it makes me wonder, like, what if instead they were raised by like slam poetry hipsters? Like 2019 slam poetry hipsters, is like, then what would their names be? You know, so some dude like, hey, come over here, meet my kids. This one here is Hybrid. That's Sensitivity. And that on the end is Elizabeth Warren. Say hi, boys. Say hi. Oh, the nice folks. I miss my small town, though. Oh, goodness. I miss my small town. It was a lot of fun. Like, I recently got to travel back. I saw that they had a new drinking and driving ad campaign. It was an anti-drinking and driving ad campaign. They weren't promoting it. Okay, 3 bars, no stoplights, whatever I said earlier in the joke. They don't need to promote drinking and driving. There's an anti-drinking and driving ad campaign. It was just a street sign, all right, that's all. And it said, drive sober, save lives. It had a silhouette of a martini glass and a red circle around it, lying through it, like, do not. And I thought it was weird that they picked a martini glass. You know, because I'm pretty sure no one in my small town has seen one of those in real life. Because you have to pick imagery that your target audience is going to recognize, all right? Pick a shot glass, pick a keg, pick a pyramid of Coors Light cans. My small town would recognize the pyramid of Coors Light cans, you guys. Because I can tell you right now, the words aren't gonna help. Bless their hearts, my small town has a 2nd grade reading level. And when you're driving by at 35 miles an hour, that's not enough time to sound it out. It's just the whole town going, drive, well, I don't know what the hell that was. a funnel. You know what? I bet they don't want me changing my oil right there on the side of the road. That makes sense. That would be unsafe. Hey, can you reach back in the back and grab me a Keystone out of the cooler? Well, quit your whining, untie your seatbelt, and crawl back there. It's not that big of a deal. That's my small town. So, thank you. I went to high school there. In fact, I met my wife in high school. We've been married for 8.5 years. We just dated in high school for 4 months. You know, we dated there, never talked again. We weren't friends back then, and we aren't friends now. You know, I'm just kidding. I love my wife very much. I love her very much. We have been dating for 8.5 years. We reconnected in our 20s, right? That's how that went down. Reconnected in our 20s. We're both 32 now, and she looks very young for her age. You know, she looks so young. When we first reconnected, we went on a date and went to a rated R movie, and she got carded for it. She was super pissed. She was like, seriously, do I look like I'm 16? And I'm like, babe, he carded you, but he didn't card me. Do I look like a statutory rapist? Because that's so much worse. So much worse. You look young and vibrant. I look like a sex criminal. I don't know what you're complaining about. I went home that night and burned all of my Affliction t-shirts. Not doing this shit anymore. I went out the next day and bought a pair of red pants. These will be safe. I'm really excited about summer, you guys. I'm not excited about going back to the gym. I hate the gym because I'm a little bitch. But I know I'm gonna have to go to the gym because I was trying on my summer clothes and I looked down, I noticed I muffin topped over my favorite pair of capris. And bros, you know that ruins your summer, right? You can't do that. It's your favorite pair of capris, am I right, bros? Where are my capri bros at? Yeah! But I do hate the gym. I hate the gym because I've always been just like this skinny, scrawny guy, you know, and the gym is very emasculating, you know, it's not good for my brain. I have skinny brain and I can't change that, you know? Like for example, your typical gym bro goes into the gym, he sees an attractive, athletic woman, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make her feel real uncomfortable later. Just gotta hit her with the unsolicited eye contact when she gets on the leg opening closey thingy. And I know that that's a terrible impersonation because that guy knows what that machine is called. I don't. I have no idea. But I go into the gym, I see an attractive, athletic woman, and I'm like, oh my God. If I just had her shoulder definition, I wouldn't even need to be here. Amazing. And then I hurt my own feelings. You see how that works? It's weird. It's not a safe place. I don't like it. It's not fun. I was doing really well about 2 years ago though. Like I was hitting the gym, you know, I was being super healthy and stuff, and I realized something that they don't tell you. Like it changes you as a person to like live healthy lifestyles, you know? Like I started doing behaviors, I started doing things, like that's not me. That's not what I do, you know? Like one time I went into a smoothie shop and meet this guy right here, went into a smoothie shop and I was like, so how much protein is in the peanut butter power? And the cashier's like, enough. There's enough protein in the peanut butter power. Power's in the name, just drink it. You'll be fine, bud. It's not me, it changes you as a person. This other time, I was grocery shopping in the middle of Whole Foods, which is strike one, right? Get off your damn hipster high horse and shop at Winco like the rest of us. Yeah! Got some Winco fans in the audience. Devin only, what's up? Yeah. But I was in the middle of Whole Foods, and I was like comparing and contrasting like ingredients and nutritional facts of various almond milks. Just like double fisting it. Like, here's the deal, guys. If you drink almond milk, that's a healthy choice. You can just grab one and go. You don't have to double fist it for everybody else in the store to see and just project to everyone, hey, you guys! Come forth and behold. For before you stands a man who can't settle for any almond milk. Oh no. This body deserves the very best that almond milk has to offer. Yea, from the teats of the finest almonds in all the land. Nobody wants to be friends with that guy. Because that's the guy that probably pleasures himself to his own progress pictures. Pull into the gym parking lot, you can hear him working out on the inside of the gym because he's doing curls like this. Like he's giving birth to a Bowflex. And if that's you, fine. Just do it at home. Because there's a time and a place, and it's not the gym, especially when you have a 65-pound dumbbell in each hand, and I'm in the corner struggling with a 15-sies. So I left Whole Foods that day. Having spent, I wasted $30. Let's be honest, I wasted $30 on a dozen eggs and a bottle of avocado oil. The reason I bought the avocado oil was because I read on the internet that it increased testosterone production, and I need that. The thing is, I understand I might look like someone who would be proficient in how to do things with avocados and avocado products, you know, but I don't. I have no idea. I had no idea what I was how to cook with it. I had no idea what I was going to do with it until I got home and I heard my progress pictures calling my name. Oh, don't grunt. I get that it's gross, but it's science. Because if it increases testosterone production, it only makes sense to apply it directly to the source. Like, I'm in the bathroom, my wife's behind the bathroom door going, what are you doing in there? And I'm like, my supplements! This is how I masturbate, apparently. This whole front row is like, dude, you're doing it wrong. It's not how you do it. You're missing. Oh man, guys, I'm having so much fun tonight. You guys are wonderful. I got one more for you, but we're gonna get weird. Does that sound good to you? Are you guys cool with that? I love you guys so much. This is okay. So I was watching a fly clean itself the other day. I told you I was gonna get weird with that. I told you. So I was watching. You'll enjoy it, trust me. I was watching a fly clean itself. And when I say that I was watching a fly clean itself, I just assume that that's what they're doing whenever they're like, I'm not a bug guy. I'm not an expert on the subject, but I was getting worried because he was cleaning himself for like 3 minutes. Don't flies live 24 hours? Like 3 minutes, dude, you got it. Where are your priorities? Go out and see the world. There's no time for this. I did the math. In human time, that's 62 days. Can you imagine if we did that as people? Just 2 straight months of... We wouldn't get anything done. Not at all. The pruning would be insane. Like we would come out looking like Krang from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay, we have a couple 90s kids here. That's cool. He's the little brain that's in the giant... He's wrinkly. That's what matters. Okay, that's the important part. Do you guys think that when flies won't leave you alone? Yeah, have more fly bits. Tie your seatbelts together. We're on the home stretch here, guys. Here we go. So, if you think, like, do you think that maybe when flies won't leave you alone, like they keep on pestering you, it maybe, just maybe, is because that they're a reincarnated, deceased ancestor that's come back from the grave to deliver you a message? You know? They've been dispatched by the universe to like, go forth, you still have purpose. A couple of you, that's cool. I appreciate you have an imagination, that's good. Now, if you guys think I'm not gonna act out the rest of this bit, you're out of your goddamn minds. But let me set the stage a little bit because it makes a lot of sense, okay? It was my wife and I's anniversary. We were at a very quaint ice cream parlor, enjoying some ice cream, before we went home. And, you know, it's our anniversary, and you know when 2 people love each other very, very much, and then they get married, and then they sex, and then they get creative, and fingers go in butts, and then it's like a dragon you have to chase, and never feels the same. Anyways, we were having ice cream. And this fly would not leave me alone. It was in my face the whole time, and I'm like, babe, can we just go do that? And so we left, and we did. But what I didn't realize was that entire time, that fly had a message for me, and I just didn't understand its only means of communication, all right? Because what that fly was trying to say was this. Oh, there he is! Austin! Oh, God! Austin! It's me! Your great-great-uncle Ebenezer! Oh, no! Put down the ice cream! No! Put down the ice cream! You're gonna get the dairy shits! I should have listened to my great-great-uncle Ebenezer that night. Because my anniversary was memorable for all the wrong reasons. Guys, thank you so much. My name's Austin Von Johnson.